So today's recipe, it's a bit special. I had to propose it a few times before someone finally accepted it. So yeah, because I think people were a bit afraid, of the chicken and tuna thing, together, which sounds a bit weird, but I hope that you will like the result in the end. So this is a recipe that you can also do with veal, but in my family we usually do it with chicken, because it's easier, and the veal has to cook for a longer time, and it's a bigger pieces, so it requires, let's say, more attention. Beside the chicken, as you could see, you boil it, and it's done basically, and it can be very tender, and so it's also efficient. But know that if you ever want to try it with veal, you can let me know, and I can send you the quantities of the veal, because now I don't remember. I think it's 500 grams, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'll revise the ingredients with you so that we make sure that we have everything, and then if you want, we can start. So you should have your chicken. I've already took the skin off and the bones. So we'll then cut it together, and place it on our dish together. Then you should have 1 lemon for the juice, the anchovies, fillets with you, the tuna, of course, and the capers. And then I have the 2 eggs that I didn't take the white off yet, but if you don't mind, I will do it later. And then I had a bit left over of parsley that, as I said, you can use to garnish the dish, because as I mentioned in the beginning, last week, I think, the dish that we're preparing can sit before you eat it. So it's also good to match the jet lag with you. So we can prepare it now, and then you can have it even in a couple of hours, or tomorrow if you want, if you keep it on the fridge with some cellophane on, especially because it doesn't attract any other smells. And so let's say for the serving, you can put on top of our layer of chicken and sauce the capers, and make a nice combination, a nice decoration, or also the parsley. It really depends on you, and it's not an important ingredient. So if you want, we can start from the chicken. And basically the chicken now, if you I don't know if you prepared it, do you have a dish or something you can place it on, so that meanwhile we cut it, we can already
I have to take mine off the bone.
Please do, no problems. So we can place it on the dish while we cut it, so that we avoid an extra step, let's say. But this recipe, it's not something that you easily find in restaurants. So it's really a home style, let's say, recipe. So it could be something fun, to propose to, your friends, or when you're cooking for someone, or even for yourself, because it's very easy. You will see it's very easy to make. So I hope that you will like it.
Oh, I bet we do.
Okay. Okay, so if you're ready, could you find? Do you have the mixer? This, I don't know how you call this in English. Mini pimer?
We call it a boat motor in our house.
Okay.
We call it an immersion blender.
Okay,
that's
it's not necessary, but it helps you to, while you're making it, to mix the ingredients. You will have to make sure that sometimes when you stop with your spoon, you kind of help the bottom part, because usually the sauce will become a little thick, and so the bottom usually would stick, and only the top part will turn. So with the normal one, you just make sure once in a while with the spoon you just recollect also the bottom part, and you mix it all together. Everything. I've started with the 2 yolks of the hard-boiled eggs, and I will pour in the tuna. And this, I will mash it with my fork, with a fork. And then all the rest, you can blend it. We can blend it. Olive oil doesn't go in yet. The olive oil will help us to, let's say, make the cream creamier. Because in my case, I won't be adding any salt, because my anchovies and my capers were both under salt. But in your case, later on, you will have to taste it. And if you judge, you need a little bit of salt. So before we blend, the next thing to do is also to prepare our lemon juice. But wait to put it inside, just to have it ready, okay? So if we're ready, we can now put the anchovies inside and the capers. Then we will start to mix. Of course, now we'll make a bit of noise, everyone. So basically, before we begin to use the immersion blender, you will have to start processing everything that is inside the bowl. You can then proceed to put the lemon juice, okay? And you continue to process, okay? And then only after, as soon as you see you're having a cream, you slowly pour the olive oil, but not all of it. You have to fall in a, we say in a continuous drop
Stream?
Yes. Thank you. Again, you put all the, let's say, solid ingredients, and then you will start processing, and then you put the lemon juice, and you keep blending, and then little by little we add the olive oil. But so the olive oil, of course, will help you. So this is pretty thick, you see?
Yeah.
So I will keep processing it a little bit to see if I can remove the pieces. If not, I'll start to add the olive oil. The olive oil, adding liquids, will help the mixture to also get into the pieces, you know?
Okay.
So if you have something like me, you can soon start to add the olive oil. Because it's too thick, okay?
Okay.
Mine, it's, let's say, getting there, but you should have something like this.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm still adding the oil, but it has to be saucy. I mean, so I think Pam is right. Probably all the olive oil is necessary, but this is what the consistency that you should have.
Right, that's what
it's
mine
very
is.
creamy. It's not too thick. So if you think that you need more, for example, I don't know, I've heard, Pam, you did a stock. If, for example, you still needed a little more cream, or if you think the quantity, it's not enough or stuff, you can also put some stock. Not too much, but you can do it. So that's good. So I'm not putting any salt, but I'm putting black pepper. So did you taste it? You think the taste is good? It's balanced?
I think so.
I think so.
Well, you have to like it mostly, so it's gonna be it's gonna be.
We're not really sure
so.
what it's supposed to taste like, so it's hard to tell. We did it right.
Yeah, it's true that it's a shame we cannot share flavors and smells. But remember that your chicken, it's only boiled, so it's no taste except chicken, of course. So this would be all the taste of the dish, let's say. So it does have to be, let's say, flavorful, you know. So as I said, are you all ready with the sauce? Alexa, are you okay? Amanda? Yeah? Okay,
Yep.
good. Pam, you're ready? And
I am.
Alison and team, you're ready? Of course, being 2 people plus a helper, you're very efficient.
Stop.
So with a
Alexa,
spoon, you can start putting a first thin layer onto the chicken. I say thin because you have to make sure it goes deep inside, let's say, all the layer of the chicken. So while you're doing this, it's good if you can kind of press and squeeze all the chicken together, so it stays compact. I'm not sure if is it clear what I'm trying to say. It doesn't have to be too spread on the dish. It has to stay close, stick together.
Okay.
And then, of course, the most quantity will go on top and cover it completely. But just to, I'll show you just how it looks after this first, let's say, thin layer. So now that I made, I don't know if you can see it. It's a bit tricky way. It's floating.
Oh, it smells so good.
So I tried to regroup it all in the middle, and I've put just enough to make sure that it's all the chicken, it's all dressed already. Okay, and then now I'm pouring the other part on top.
So what do you serve this with?
It's what we call a main dish or a second dish. So you can have a side dish. It could be potatoes, a salad, any vegetable actually that can go that you like. It's fine. But yes, let's say in Italy, you know, with a second dish or with the main dish, we usually do or vegetables or potatoes or some stuff like that. Because you know we separate the pasta as a first course and then meat or fish or whatever as a second course, so we don't tend to mix those. So I would say if you want to stick to the, let's say, to the Italian way, it's a vegetable or potatoes or something like that. And vegetables can be dressed as simply as you want. There's not a rule, let's say. But if you like potatoes, for example, they go especially like a puree, or if you like steamed potatoes, mashed potatoes, they're good. Because this dish, it's quite, as I said in the beginning, it's very tasty. So you could also pair it with something less, you know, less smoother in the taste, let's say. Sorry. And I'm done too. Finally. So I just made it like this.
Great.
So I hope you will like
Thank
it.
you.
Oh, yeah.
You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. And let me know how it is, if it turns out good and if you like it again.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. Ciao, Amanda.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you
Ciao.
for joining. Ciao, Lexi. Ciao, ciao, everyone. Thank you again.